The only thing I have been good at in my entire life is helping people. I'm the one who you can call in the middle of the night and talk to. That's why when I work at the hospital, I feel like being at home. The hospital I work in is old. It was built during the Second World War and used to be an army hospital. I love working at nights when my ward that is normally hectic and full of chaos is so peaceful. I noticed that I have done too much writing when I look at the clock and realize I'm late for my rounds. I took the flashlight with me and started walking. I go from room to room and look around for any sign of trouble, but as always, everything is fine, and all patients are sleeping. But something is different this night. I have a feeling that there is sadness and pain in the air. As I'm walking towards the lab, I hear sounds of instruments being cleaned and moved around. I stop and feel fear rising inside. At nights, I'm the only nurse in the ward, so no one should be in the laboratory at that moment. I can see two nurses dressed in old-school nurse uniforms, working on instruments. There's something weird in the air, and I feel like I'm out of place somehow. I back away from the laboratory. As I'm doing that, I drop plate-holding instruments that makes a loud bang when it hits the ground. I stop and can hardly breathe as I look back at the lab. I can see nurses staring at me. I can see in their eyes pain and despair, and soon the whole room is filled with red light that seems to be coming from fire without there being one. Nurses start talking to me. Red danger. We burn. Red hell. No one can escape. I feel like passing out, and I awake when the nurse that is coming for morning shifts stands next to me, looking worried as I tell her what happened. She brings this old book about hospital history and shows me pictures. I know the nurses in the pictures are the same in the laboratory. She told me that during World War II, the hospital was bombed with firebombs and no one survived. Now, I don't feel fear, although I can still hear them every night. I respect them. They're like me. They're born to help.